All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Sunday. Is it the morning? It's the afternoon. Blessings to everybody in Jesus' name. Thank you, Jesus. Praise Jesus. I'm so grateful and I am so blessed beyond belief. The Lord is so good. He is so merciful. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for being here on this beautiful Sunday. As Bitcoin is getting a little bit of a move here. As you can see, we're getting a little bit of a bounce Roni and queso. And man, it's been a volatile weekend. I'll be honest with you guys. I guess I took this trade on Thursday night, and I have not looked at the Bitcoin chart until this morning. And I'm pleasantly surprised to see that we're pumping, baby. Look at this crazy pump going on right now. Smash up the likes, guys. As usual, if we can get 1,000 likes in the first half hour, we will be giving away $1,000. Absolutely amazing. What's the rare signal? I want to talk. We have some rare signals printed on the chart right now that is going to lead to a very, very interesting second half of January, guys. Excuse me. We have multiple signals printing right now that are very rare. And it's going to lead to a massive, massive move. Probably is going to result in a very, very bullish move, all right, guys? But it doesn't mean we can't dump beforehand. All right, doesn't mean we cannot dump beforehand. So look, I'm still in the short from last week. Set up, given in advance in the Casper crew. Currently in this long trade from the CDW. From the level that we've obviously been aware of for forever, which is the low that we put in right here at 91,588. Right, here's a rule, guys. There's a rule in trading, which is this. All right, you guys ready for the rule in trading? If you see a CDW, if you see a swing failure pattern, it's against the law not to take the trade. All right, what is a chickens drinking water pattern, you ask? I'll tell you exactly what it is. Whenever the price makes a low or a high, all right, you always want to mark out that level. And if the price comes down with a wick and fails to close the candle below the level, and if market Cipher B is giving you the bullish uneven butt cheek pattern with a juicy, full of gravy and ravioli with the ricotta cheese butt cheek on the left and a skinny, emaciated butt cheek on the right, that is called a chickens drinking water pattern, aka a swing failure pattern, aka stop hunt liquidity grab. It's against the law not to take that kind of trade. Why is it against the law not to take a trade like this? Because it's a very simple trade setup to take. All right, does the candle fail to close below the level? It's a yes or no question. All right, if the answer is yes, the candle failed to close. All right, and market Cipher B has uneven butt cheeks, then you know that you can enter the trade. You know exactly where your stop loss goes. All right, where's the stop loss go? Always below the wick. All right. And it gives you a very good risk to reward ratio setup, because let's assume we come back up to the top of the local range, which is right around 99K. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get all the way to 99K. Let's assume we do. This is a 15 to 1 risk reward. Let's say we come up to 97K, which is actually our next major resistance. That's a 10 to 1 risk reward setup, man. 10 to 1 risk reward. You know what that means? I mean, you're risking 1 to make 10. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Now, I've already locked in a little profits here, just to make sure I ain't gonna lose nothing. All right. But yeah, it's a perfect, beautiful setup. Now, I want to take a look at the chart, but before I take a look at the chart, we got to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. We got over 900 people in the house, baby. Got to give a major shout out to Vincent. He says, I thought we don't use stop losses. That's only during the pump song. Shout out to I Show You. You thought there's no stop loss. Look, guys, only during the pump song do we fail to use a stop loss. All right. Shout out to Moonshine. The shorts are going to get smashed by Tuesday. That's one of the signs we're going to be looking at, all right? Charts Looking Fancy says, my digital journey. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish and Splashfire Films. Major shout out to David Brumblebow, 100% not financial advice. Shout out to Zek Tox. What's that butt chick? Shout out to HFG. Shout out to Weldy Weld. Super Cycle incoming. Sure. The mythical super cycle. I'm down for the mythical super cycle. I'm not going to lie, if there's a super cycle coming, I will take that super cycle. We just did a freestyle about the super cycle the other day. Shout out to my man Dave Digital, always in the gym, always eating that healthy food on Twitter. Shout out to Low-Tick Irrigation LLC. He's excited, probably that catnip again. You know, guys, can't stop sniffing and licking that catnip. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. He says, smash the like for the juicy rare signal. Shout out to Tukey TV, who says, oh yeah, baby. Shout out to Crypto Shanky26. Shout out to Al Jr. My wife asked if this is the dude from the show Lost. And I've never seen the show Lost. I live under a cultural rock. Don't watch movies, don't watch TV, don't know actors or any of that stuff, alright? But I'm sure maybe I might look like the dude from the guy Lost or whatever. Guy from the dude from the show. Shout out to Trader Geo. He says, literally the most boring weekend ever. You missed 0 things. Trader Geo. Shout out to you, bro. God bless you, man. Thanks so much for popping on in. And guys, if you're not subscribed to Trader Geo, please go subscribe. Alright? One of the best, most underrated channels out there, alright? Trader Geo, an actual trader. Also very entertaining. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Yowzer Dinkosaurus Rex. Dinkosaurus, not Dinkosaurus Rex. Alright, shout out to Trade Vaos 618. And Mickey Gicky, no mixed signals, only Bitcoin signals. Let's go, let's go. Shout out to Crypto Coons holding it down with the wrench. Crypto Crank, what is going on? KB, yeah, we got the rare signal. Shout out to Scene and Jay Wheels and Matt Bukele and Chiara Bertoni and Leonidas, who says, what's up, my guy? What's up to you? Shout out to Slimeall, nice shirt. God bless you. Well, thank you. Thank you. Whoever guessed Deep Blue V won $1. There's 2 choices every stream, guys. It's either a deep blue or a deep purple, alright? Alright? And it depends on which one is most readily available, which one is lost and which one is not. Alright? Major shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's smash up the likes, guys. Let's see if we can't get 1,000 likes up in here. Alright? Can we get a shout out to Jesus? Man, we started the stream by saying all praises to Jesus. Praise Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. I am so thankful to everything that the Lord has been doing in my life, guys. I truly, truly am. Lord's been showing me so many things lately. Shout out to Elevated Mindset. Shout out to Andy Saul AM. He says, I usually don't comment, but thank you for live streaming and just being such an awesome guy, writing this from an old gaming channel. Well, God bless you, man. Alright, so let's get into this, guys. Let's talk about the signals. First of all, we got to talk about the fact that Bitcoin has gotten a CDW. We are getting moved to the upside here, as can be seen. All right, as can be seen, move to the upside. Next target is 97,000. Why 97,000? Well, if we go down to a lower time frame, this is the 4 hour, but we're going to go here to the 1 hour. And what do we see? But first of all, if we go ahead and we take our fib from the high to the low, you know, Fibonacci golden pocket, I'm actually going to pull it from this last high right here. All right, so right around 97.7, we have that Fibonacci golden pocket. We also have this previous support resistance flip here, right? We've got the support resistance flip. It's resistance, it's support, and then most importantly, guys, we have all this liquidity here. We have all this liquidity here, and when we look at the order flow, all right, I just want to point out the fact that we have very, very many shorts that are opening up here. All right. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. I'm going to go ahead and refresh. Just take a nice, fresh look at this. All right. Look at this. You can see as we are getting the move down here, we are seeing the open interest. Lots of shorts are opening up here. And something else I want to point out, guys, on the 4 hour chart, when we zoom out and we look at the entirety of this structure, this range that we've been trading here since, I mean, pretty much November 15th, we are seeing a massive amount of shorts opening here, like an insane amount. Look at this CVD, guys. Negative 330 million, all the way down to 1.25 billion. That's insane, man. That's insane. All right, this is honestly almost a billion. Almost a billion shorts, we could say. I mean, a decrease of CVD by almost a billion. That's huge. What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that throughout the entirety of this structure, although people have been very bullish the actual money that's coming in here have been shorts. And this can lead to one of two things, and I think it could lead actually to both. It could lead to a massive short squeeze. It could lead to a massive short squeeze, seeing these lows being defended by seeing basically absorption, right? Basically absorption. We're seeing here these lows are being defended by big players looking to keep the price at these levels, right? Somebody's holding price at these levels, $1 billion worth. Could be one guy with $1 billion, could be 1 billion people with $1. But whatever the case, we got some bullish absorption happening here. Now the second thing that could happen is this CVD that we're seeing here could actually lead to a breakdown. All right, it could lead to a breakdown because a lot of people, and I've been scanning crypto Twitter, a lot of people are talking about a head and shoulders potential that we've got here, right? The head and shoulders with the breakdown, right? So here's the thing. I am actually getting quite excited for a move to the upside. I'm not taking off the table moves to the downside, but listen. Because there are so many shorts opening here, this is a recipe for a massive short squeeze. So this could happen in one of the two ways. Way number one is simply we just stay here for a little and then just get a crazy pump, right? We just keep enticing these shorts to open up, and eventually we just squeeze them all. The second thing is that we actually start to break down here and we come down a little bit and then boom, get a fake out of the head and shoulders, entice people to short the head and shoulder, and then we actually reverse it on them and pump like crazy, right? So this is very, very interesting. In addition to that, when we look now at the daily market Cipher B, you know, we did print this hidden bullish divergence here back on the 1st of January, and we are setting ourselves up in the event of a fake out of this potential head and shoulder pattern. I'm using words like potential and all this, you know, just to protect myself, you know, on the internet, in case somebody says, yeah, Jason, you know, you called it head and shoulders, but it didn't break down. You know, it's just a potential, man. Look, we're just drawing pictures on a chart, right? Well, basically, if we get a fake out of this head and shoulders here, right, maybe down to the 85-84 zone, we would actually have a bullish divergence here on Mark Cipher B on the daily, which is pretty dang juicy. I'm not gonna lie, man. That's looking pretty good. I mean, would you look at that, man? Oof. Man, that's looking nice. You know, so this is kind of what I'm seeing here. It's pretty interesting. Now, when we go down to our 4-hour time frame, what do we see? As we actually take the low again, we are seeing bullish divergences here again. So on Thursday, that low that we made, continued wave of bull divs here. In fact, this is now the second drive of bull div, because we came here, right, for our move that we got on Monday, the 30th of December, and we had bullish div on the 4-hour, right? Well, now we take that low again, and we're seeing continued bullish div on the 4-hour and the money flow crossing. Now, this indeed is the upside down. It's the right side up Sam Bankman-Fried bullish man boob pattern. I mean, the original signal of Sam Bankman-Fried's upside down man boobs, this signal actually originated before FTX went down. We saw the money flow crossing from the blue into the purple like a few days before FTX went down. That's why the Casper crew, we shorted the FTX FUD before the FUD was even FUD. One of the most legendary live streams of my life, where I was short and then I caught a knife catch bounce live. We were just, I'll never forget, I streamed it from my parents' closet as well. Legendary stream. But yeah, now we're actually seeing the opposite of that, where we're seeing the money flow getting from purple into blue. We're seeing the momentum waves getting higher here over time. We're seeing hidden bullish divergences on the daily, right? So as we're watching this price action play out, things are actually starting to look more bullish than they were last week and the week before that. Remember, we were talking about the bearishness of this high with the weekly bear div, with the daily bearish divs, the money flow coming out, right? But just because you have signals confirming, you got to like take it day by day. And right now, as we're watching this play out here, I'm actually starting to see bullish things as we are continuing to hold this support. So does that mean we're 100% out of the woods and we're not going to come down anymore? No, we have to be open, in my opinion, for a fake out to the downside Just one last fake out here to convince everybody that we're breaking down. And as long as we're still seeing bullish signs on the chart here, you know, then I'd say, what is this? Oh, that was the long setup I told everyone I was taking last week. As long as we're still seeing bullish signs here, you know, Dolores at the diner with the uneven butt cheeks coming out, the coffee, as long as we're using good risk management, keeping our depends on so that we have that confidence that we're not going to get liquidated because we have maximum absorbency. You know, as long as we're seeing the signals and the signals like this and like this, and as long as, like, you know, look, you don't want to be caught trading and driving, even though they have TVs in your cars now, but you just keep an eye on the chart. Don't get pulled over for no reason. But yeah, we could be prepared for that big push to the upside. Now, we also have something coming up very soon in 8 days, which is the inauguration of the Orange Man himself. All right, the Orange Man himself. Donald J. Is it J? Sounds right. Donald J. Trump. Coming in office, baby. All right. And, you know, I'm not a fundamental trader in any way, shape, or form. I don't trade the fundamentals. I only trade the technicals. But, look, the election itself did have a pretty bullish effect on the market, right? Everybody was excited that Trump won the election. Maybe now everyone's going to be excited that he's officially in the White House, right? And so maybe that's going to give us another big pump to the upside. Now, if it does, that's great, okay? We are seeing things really starting to form a potential bullish narrative here on these higher time frame charts. We're going to go to the weekly now. I do want to point out the fact that the weekly time frame here is in fact starting to, this yellow oscillator on market Cipher B, point to the upside. All right, it's starting to curve to the upside. It's no longer down. It's bottomed out, and we're starting to see it curve to the upside. Now, the 3-day, man, oh man, what a horrible fake out on the 3-day, honestly. We were seeing a very bullish signal here on the 3-day last week, and that gave us a fake out. All right, let's go to the 4-day. 4-day not looking the best. Let's go to the 2-day. Ambiguous. Guys, super ambiguous. All right, just like this picture of me after I graduated with trans, non-carbon, binary emission, gender, intersectionality study major in college back, wow, I can't believe it's already been, wow, that was in 2012 when I graduated. So it's been over 10 years, guys. It's been 12 years ago. What do you think about my 12-year transformation? Pretty crazy, huh? Pretty crazy. How just eating clean alone can do all this in 12 years. All right. So yeah, I'm just here to say, guys, we have some rare signals printing on the chart, man. 4-hour bullish divergences. We have 6-hour bullish divergences. We even have 8-hour bullish divergences. I mean, this 8-hour, man, look at this. We have the bullish divergence with the money flow crossing on the 8-hour, man. This, to me, gets me excited that we could see a big pump back up to the top of the range. Okay? Back up to the top of the range. Now, please keep in mind, guys, this is a sideways range here. Yes, we're in a bull market, but in reality, this is the range, in my opinion, that we're kind of trading here. And so, you know, again, we can't get overly bullish, overly bearish. We just need to take it from level to level, from bottom of the range to top of the range. And, you know, the way I trade is, if I get a trade from the bottom of the range, I take a partial profit and then I hold the trade so that, you know, if we break the range, then I'm in a massive trade. Like, for example, the long trade that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord a long time ago, all right, just started out as a normal trade, but it's made, you know, $70,000, guys, 70 grand, because we just took a normal trade from right here, all right, a nice simple support resistance flip test trade, just not looking for anything too crazy, just looking really for the top of the range. But what do you know? It was the big break, okay? It was the big break. So now here we are, guys, you know, $70,000 later. So that's the mindset you have to have going into this stuff is it going to be the big trade? Let's assume it's not going to be, but it could be. And because we know it could be, we plan to take partial profits and then let the rest ride. Now, here's what is very important right now. If there's nothing else you hear for the rest of the stream, this is what you need to hear. Make sure to like the stream because, guys, we have 4 minutes right now until we are no longer going to be doing our $1,000 giveaway. And here we go, baby. We're up right now, $3,664.23 in profits, as our next target here is going to be 97,000, where we have all this liquidity here, 97K. Man, it's looking so good for a squeeze. Looking so good. Look at this, guys. We have liquidity here. We have liquidity here. This is the 4 hour. We have liquidity here. We have a 4 hour order block right here with support, resistance, flip, and a golden pocket. This is prime for a pump to the upside, man. Absolutely prime. 8 hour bull div. How's the 12 hour? Oh my goodness, guys. The 12 hour is going to confirm a bullish divergence in 6 hours. In 6 hours, we're going to see Asia open. Asia's going to show us what the market's going to do. All right, Asia's about to show us what the market's going to do. I think next week we're going to really start to see what the market wants to do, man. And keep in mind, all right, guys, as long as we're seeing bullish divs here, I mean, I know this is a big zone and there's lots of levels within this zone here. As long as we're still seeing the chart look this bullish, this is a long zone. Don't get freaked out in this zone here, because this could be like a move up to, you know, a new high, like potentially. Like, now this is a massively large stop loss, but even with a massively large stop loss like this, let's say we hit 113K, that's still over a 2-to-1 risk reward, right? So if we come down, let's say we do have some key levels around like 87-ish. All right, this could be a pretty nice swing trade setup. So I'm not going to be scared personally if Bitcoin starts to come down here next week. I'm not going to be scared. I'm not going to be scared. All right, I'm going to be looking for longs, looking for the long trades, baby. I'm not looking to short support. And look, I know what some of you guys out there are going to say, but Jason, you've been so bearish. You've been calling for 70K. I mean, look, yes, there's a real chance we could come to 70K. If we don't hold this box, we're probably going to 70K. But look, until we lose the box, I'm looking for longs only, baby. I'm not looking to short support. I don't short support. I short resistance, right? That's why we gave the setups from these areas of resistance. And that's why we already made money, thousands of dollars shorting Bitcoin already, all right? Already made 15K shorting Bitcoin from the resistance. I'm not trying to short support. I'm looking for longs, baby. All right, you can't be getting bearish at support. You're about to get hort. Bearish at support, you're about to get hort. Got a long the bottom and short the top, then Bitcoin starts to pop and it hits the spot before the drop, baby. You know? We got a 6-minute long signal on market Cipher B. Let's check it out. Really? I don't know, man. To me, that kind of looks a little bit bearish. I'll be honest with you. Got an anchor trigger, money flow coming down, bearish divergence at the top. Money flow coming down now, a bearish trigger wave coming in. I don't really see a 6-minute long signal here. But if that's your kind of long signal, man, I hope you're using good risk management, bro. Let's check out our 12-minute. Okay, now the 12-minute. This looks nice. Money flow crossing. Keep in mind, guys, it is a Sunday. Low volume, right? This does look nice. Let's take a look locally at order flow, because we looked at the higher term time frame stuff. Let's now zoom in here, 5-minute. All right, we do have some bearish CVD actually, even here on the low time frame stuff. Looks like a lot of longs coming in. Let's refresh this. We got a weird glitch. We have a weird glitch in the open interest. I'm not sure what to make of that. Let's check out Coinalyze. Yeah. So yeah, we do have some bearish CVD here, guys. So be careful, okay? You know, this ain't no financial advice. I ain't no financial advisor, but you know, when I take a look at the CVD here, I am absolutely seeing the price making a lower high, the CVD making a higher high, and the open interest majorly increasing here. It looks like a whole bunch of longs opened up right in this candle right here. All right. So yeah, be careful. Please be careful. I don't consider that a long six, but you know, what do I know? I'm literally just an idiot on a treadmill right now. You know, that's literally what I am. So, but anyway, I'm feeling excited for the long term. The next few days, I'm getting pretty giddy. All right. Shout out to Pedro. He says, "Am I friends with Mickey? Is it because of this voice?" Nah, man, I'm not friends with Mickey. I'm not a big fan of Mickey. All right. But real Mickey in the house. Shout out to Mickey. Shout out to FitGenius618. The estrogen in that voice. If you didn't long 92, you're too late, says Hyphy Mikey. Oh, top signal, says Max Long. I misread it, Max Long, because I guess your last name is Long there, bro. So you're right, it's a top signal. It's a top signal. Shout out to Sudeep. Sorry, Max Long. Well, oh well, at least I, yeah, top signal. Look at that. You know what happened, man? My eyes went to your name here. 6 minute long signal on Market Cipher B. Sorry about that, my man. All right, Dave B. Thank you, Dave B. Thank you for everybody who's correcting me. Sorry, it's really hard to read. Once again, not financial advice, just the guy in the treadmill. Shout out to 3Digit. Happy Sunday. God bless you, my man. Shout out to Crypto Coons. God bless you. Shout out to Crypto Crank. ETH, baby. We got to take a look at ETH. The Dusty Hunt, is Bitcoin a good stock? It's okay. It's a decent stock. Look, their CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, he did get caught upside down with uneven man boobs. So it was a pretty bad look for the company, Bitcoin. And since the CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, has gone to prison, all right, but overall, I'd say, surprisingly, the stock has performed well, right? Up over 500% since he got sentenced to prison. So, you know, it's a decent stock, all right? It's a decent stock. All right, so this is weekend. Look at this climb to the upside. Although I am feeling bullish, you know, we start to lose this trend line, guys, and we could get a bit of a retracement here. And let's do some local TA. This is our local range here. This is our local range right here. We're going to take a look at our super chats. Yeah. So, look at guys, it's a Sunday. If we start to break down, we're probably going to come back down to like test 93, 92.9-ish. Around the value area low of the range. All right, remember, it's just a Sunday, so low volume, big moves. We'll see what happens. We have this kind of weird wedge ascending channel thing happening here. All right, but yeah, let's check out our super chats. Major shout out to the super chats. First of all, Vincent Ingrata, he says, let's get this Bitcoin popping. That's what's up. Shout out to Caroline, who says, can you check Tima? It's pumping now. Sure, you know, I bought some Tima thanks to you guys. And thanks to Sam Price. I bought some Tima. Why is everyone into Tima? What's the big deal? What's the big deal with Tima? Alright, is it pumping? Is it really pumping? Alright, so Tima got a bounce from our box, alright? The Jason Casper green box, right here. We got a bounce. Is it pumping? I don't know. It's like literally the same price that it was all the way back in like the beginning of January. So we got a bounce from the box and we're back at resistance. So the 4-hour Market Cipher B gave us a really nice bullish divergence at the low here. So that's good for more upside. The daily looks good for more upside. The 1 hour looks like it's forming at least a local area of, I would say, consolidation and or a little bit of a pullback. So, you know, pull the fib low to high. And let's go ahead and pull the volume of this little local range here. Man, I have to say that major support is going to be right back here. So yeah, if we get a pullback on Tima, let's say we get a pullback and we take the liquidity, please keep your eyes on the point of control of the range right around 1.7 cents, guys. That would give us a beautiful high, low, higher low, sorry, low, lower low, higher low, and then that could be the breakout, the introvert head and shoulder pattern. You know, get the shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and then the break. All right, so right now that's where I'd be looking at for Tima. All right, Team Tima, baby. Tima. Shout out to Baishi. Me only speak. He says, yeah, me only speak German. Please translate. Okay, we will translate in the gym when we get the pump and the biceps. All right, major shout out to XRP100X Shieldbilly. He says, any way to see uneven butt cheeks without Market Cipher? None of my indicators I use really seem to show them. Yeah, I mean, there's other oscillators you can use. I love the market Cipher butt cheeks the best. You could use the Awesome Oscillator. The Awesome Oscillator, that's one that you can see the butt cheeks for sure. Shout out to Cartman McGee. Doghead, major cup and handle, just broke. All-time high 8 hours ago, perfect entry. All right, thanks for shilling Doghead, Cartman McGee. Everyone, they just took over 4 Facebook groups to pump this coin. So if you're into manipulation and pumps and coins called Doghead and longing cup and handles, you know, you guys got your work cut out for you. All right, you got your work cut out for you. All right. All right. We're going to take a look at ETH, guys. Just use the RSI. Man, you can't see no butt cheeks on the RSI. Come on. And don't be using that McDonald's either. All right, the MACD. All right, use the MACD. You're going to end up working at McDonald's. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. No one wants alts. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Help. Like, I'm just so not into alts, my man. I'm so not into the altcoins. I'm not going to say I'm a Bitcoin maxi, but, you know, I hold very little alts compared to my Bitcoin. You know, I take Bitcoin seriously. I take Bitcoin seriously. I've been to Bitcoin since 2016. And that's my main hodl. That's my main hodl. Call me a fool. All right, ETH doing pretty much the same as Bitcoin. Let's start on the weekly time frame with ETH here. All right, so keep in mind, guys, our massive swing trade idea for ETH is basically this, right? If we get another drop down on ETH, if we do, I'm not saying we're gonna, but if we do, very similar to if Bitcoin gets the fake out breakdown of the head and shoulders, this is really where we're looking to accumulate for the last big push up to potentially 8,500. This is a 9-to-1 risk reward here for ETH. This is a swing trade plan. And we do have some concerning things such as weekly bear divs, just like Bitcoin. All right. And then we come to the daily time frame. And this is where things are ambiguous once again, right? Pretty dang ambiguous. The reason why is because this was support, but we front ran major support. We hit a local support, we front ran major support without bullish divs with a very strange looking low here. All right. And we're still struggling to reclaim right now the POC of this larger range at 3,300. So there's 2 ways to look at this. Way number 1 is we assume we get one last drop, which honestly, I hope we do for Bitcoin and ETH. That would be actually my preferred scenario. It would be much easier for me to get into a nice long trade from lower than if we don't come lower. However, because the POC of the range is here, and because we made a low and a higher high and now a higher low, we can say, okay, if we break and hold 3,300 and kind of get a retest, that would actually give us a valid long on ETH, you know. So the idea is you'd want to wait for the breakout, the retest, and then you know where your stop loss goes. And then we could shoot for a massive breakout. You know, let's just go with the whole like inauguration is going to be bullish, right? Or week leading up to inauguration could be bullish. Like, I'm aware, buy the rumor, sell the news type ideas. But let's just say there's going to be some kind of thing that pumps us a lot and we don't come down lower. You know, we might actually have to just watch the market as it moves and say to ourselves, okay, it's not exactly what I wanted, but the market structure is now telling me we're holding this resistance now as support. And so therefore we have a really good risk to reward setup, right? We're risking 1 to potentially make 10 if we come up to the $5,500 level, which is our next resistance here on ETH. Let's be fair though, the all-time high should be our next major resistance if we break out of this trend line. Because keep in mind, guys, this trend line here, this is not just any old trend line. This is the entire trend line from the top of the last bull market. So if we do break out, and we flirted with it, right? We literally flirted with it. We tried to ask it out on a date. She was really hot, a little bit out of our league. So we gathered up the courage and then we couldn't do it. We were too embarrassed. Our heart was beating too fast. A little bit of anxiety, social anxiety. I mean, it's really tough, you know. I grew up, you know, I don't know how to talk to girls in real life. I can only text people and talk to them on AOL Instant Messenger. You know, I can talk a big game on AIM, but when it comes to real life, I can't make eye contact with the female. So, you know, I try and ask them out. I say something stupid, You know, I try and talk to them, and my voice starts cracking like this. And then but now, you know, look, that was back in high school. Now we've had time to really work on ourselves. Now we're in our 30s, right? We've grown up, right? This time, I think we might actually be able to get the break, right? So it's still a pretty good risk reward, even with the old all-time high, which is around 4,800. Yeah, so it's a good risk to reward. Those would be the two things I'd be looking at ETH. Now, once again, I do have to say, like, getting another move to the downside right now on ETH is going to be, praise God. Praise God. I gotta text my wife real quick. Coming back down to another low, that actually would be much more bullish looking because we'd have time to really form a daily bull div and a 12-hour bull div and all the bull divs that we never really formed here on ETH, right? Those would be the two major scenarios I'd be looking at. Now, Bitcoin is unexpectedly right now getting another big pump, all right? Shout out to Mike. He says, can you explain the difference between pulling the fib from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top? Well, I am going to be releasing a free training course soon going over this. But yeah, man, if you're looking for resistance, you pull the fib from the top to the bottom. If you're looking for support, you pull the fib from the bottom to the top. That's the difference. Got to give a major shout out to our super chat. Highly Trained says, sharing your thought process like this is very beneficial for me. Thank you, Jason, and bless up. May God bless you, Highly Trained. All right, thank you so much for tuning in on a Sunday live stream as we're trying to pump Bitcoin straight up to 96,993. All right, 96,993. Shout out to Abdel Slam Kamel. God bless you, man. Shout out to Hiron. He says, Bitcoin dominance death cross on the daily. What time frames are you looking at? The 100 and the 50. Shout out to Big Butts 28. Shout out to Paul. He says, wait until you're 53. You won't go near the ladies. Can't make eye contact. AOL. Can we sing the pump song? You know, last time I tried to sing the pump song, my voice was just too blown out to do it. I don't know. I don't even know if I could do it now. We could give it a shot, maybe. I don't know, let's take a poll. Should we do the pump song? I know a lot of people hate the pump song. I mean, I would hate it too. If I was trying to watch a stream and all of a sudden some guy starts screaming into a plunger. Let's take a poll. Pump song? We'll take a poll. Alright, we'll give it a few. You got 10 ads watching the stream. You got to get YouTube, whatever it is. Premium or whatever. I haven't watched an ad in a long time because of that. It's pretty cheap. Alright, Seth's going to ask out a girl and pick her up in your mom's car. LOL. Just bought a Range Rover Vogue. Vouch. With my gains following me. Well, praise God. I hope you used good risk management. Alright. The plunger song. Alright, yeah, we could do the pump song. What the heck? Let's see what the poll says. Alright, 65% say yeah. 64% say yeah. Let's see. Let's give it another minute here. Should we sing the pump song? Let me know in the poll. Alright. And how's the order flow looking here? It's wow. Interestingly enough, just a big decrease of OI. This is a weak move to the upside. So if we do pump, it's going to be like a pure squeeze. It's going to be a pure squeeze. All right, pure squeeze. We'll give the pump song a shot. All right, we'll give it a shot. We'll give the pump song a shot. This is the pump song, guaranteed to pump the Bitcoin price every single time. Sometimes it has a delayed effect, but most of the time it does kind of do what we want it to do. All right. Can we crank up the leverage? I don't think so. No, we can't crank up the leverage, unfortunately. We're gonna have to do the pump song with only 20x leverage here, guys. Yeah. All right, here we go, baby. Here we go. Let's pump! All right, we're about to pump this Bitcoin up to our next take profit. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. We gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump, baby. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump. No, we're gonna pump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. Alright, here we go, baby. Let's pop! Alright, it looks like it's working a little bit, guys. Make sure to smash up the like button as we're pumping the Bitcoin straight up to 96,993. We're gonna dump! We're gonna dump! We're gonna dump! Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go! We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump! We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump! We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump! Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go! Alright, baby. Where's the stop loss? There is no stop loss! Exactly, who needs coffee when you have the pump song, baby? Who needs coffee when you got the pump song? Come on, baby. Here we go. I think it's working. I think it's working. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. Yeah, we're pumping Bitcoin, baby. Yeah, we're pumping Bitcoin, baby. Yeah, we're pumping Bitcoin. Alright, it's working a little bit, but remember, sometimes it has a delayed effect. Sometimes it has a bit of a delayed effect. I think we could get a little bit more of a pump here. Cause we sang the pump song. Yeah, 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 whoa, 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 yeah, Here we go, Bitcoin pumping, yo, it's Jay Casper. Into the house, I'm the trading master. Don't you know they call me like the Casper? Don't mean to ghost you when the price goes faster. Then we got the candles purple, then they turning blue. The Bitcoin price about to show you what she is about to do. Don't you know we're walking on the treadmill in our shoes? Candles never turning purple and they only blue. But the price a little stuck like the super glue. Bitcoin, man, what is she about to do? Hopefully sit back, relax, it's trading school. I'll show you how to long the bottom, short the top, that's how we do. Cause we're coming up to the golden pocket, and I don't even know, baby, if you could spot it. But we got the liquidity and top it, then we come to the resistance and then we drop it. Oh snap, back it up and wind up again. Bitcoin pumping like a Mercedes-Benz. In the gym, only we be injecting the trend. Cause we trend hard, eat clean, then we do it all again. Making gains, ain't no pain, we stay the same. Like we're riding to work and we take the train. Outside, not in bondage and we not in chains. That's how we do it, hungry cause we're eating trays. Like the food, got the soda like the Yoda. Coming back inside the house just like the good and the motor. Got the big chip hanging on your shoulder, then you turn around, you drop into the mud like a hold up. How we gonna do? The Bitcoin price sit back, acting like a fool. You know the candle's about to turn blue, then they turn it purple. JC Casper, such a white boy, nerdy, and they call him Steve Urkel. Like to drink a slushy, and I like to slurp, yo. Got the gas in my belly, got a burp, yo. Then we do it again. The Bitcoin about to pump up and make a new friend. Talking about the 618 and then the 786. The Bitcoin price is back to her old tricks. Now here's a pic of the 786. Can you see in her eyes that she has some nice tricks up her sleeve? Between you and me, the Bitcoin price is gonna pump and dump. Wee-hee-hee! Going down the water slide for the ride in the tide, like we got the slide on the side, and the Bitcoin stays alive. Yeah, got another candle turning blue. Bitcoin price about to show you what she do. Sit back, welcome to the trading school. I'm your teacher, Jay Casper. I'm smart, I ain't no fool. Just kidding, cause I like to lick the plunger. Lick it on the top, then I lick it under. The Bitcoin, man, she's looking like she sung ya punk song, then she goes around like an onion. Got the onions, chop it open, then you start to cry. Bitcoin price in the red, you start to die. Hopefully the Bitcoin price is pumped, we don't try. Don't you know she's looking around? Get your tie and your suit, put it on. Bitcoin price, we sing the song. All right. You tagged me on Twitter, huh? Amp Vlogs tagged me on Twitter. What'd you tag me about, man? What'd you tag me about? All right, Nico Ein says 96.7. I'm hoping more for 96.9, but maybe. That's right, the pump song is in fact a lagging indicator, Golden Pocket, for sure, for sure. Shout out to Francis, you always use your plunger wrong. Yeah, I know, yeah, you probably always use it wrong. Alright. Probably always used it wrong. Golden Pocket, you have the same mic, the plunger. The plunger, alright. Major shout out to Joe Potter, long and strong, bro, as always. Shout out to RNLD. My thoughts on Loose. Let's see what. Loose. Let's check it out. I haven't really ever heard of it. We'll check it out, man. Why not? Why not? Okay, so what do I have to say about Loose is we do. I would like to see that as a bullish engulfing here. We had a bullish engulfing on the 12-hour. We have bull divs on the daily, not on the 12-hour. We have bull divs on the 6-hour. So here's the deal. We have come down to support, which is this. I don't know anything about Loose, all right? But we've come down to support. It's a historic support. We have some bull div here. And I would say that we have a local sign of strength, having broken out of the local resistance, right? And so, therefore, there is some signs of strength here. Mid a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high. At support with some bull div. Which basically means for me, like, this is a sign of strength here for an actual entry. You know, coming back to the support resistance flip could be the place to look. But in general, look, I don't know anything about Loose, but looking for this rounded bottom kind of pattern here, another pullback. Money flow's looking good on the 6-hour, and just the fact that we have this very squeezable price action on the way down. It's very squeezable. Makes me think like even something like this is not out of the question. Now again, I don't know anything about this fundamentally, but there's a lot of things right here that would make me actually want to buy, just technically speaking on the chart. We have come to support. We have major support. We have local signs of a change of structure. And so this right here gives us a 14-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Even if we get in now with our stop below the low, up to the golden pocket to take all these stops, right? This is a valid setup right here. A valid setup. All right? Let's check out Bitcoin. She's hanging out. She's hanging out. She's hanging out. Can I explain how I took the long trade? Sure. We had a low right here. And we took the low. And then we reclaimed the low, and we had bullish divergences. That's how I took it. And I know it looks like I limited in. I did not. I actually marketed in. Marketed into this. I think I held it in the red for a little bit, actually. For a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, so as soon as we reclaimed the level, I longed it. I was in the red for maybe a few minutes, and then boom, in the green all the way. So yeah, it's a very simple trade setup. Whenever you see a low on a chart, mark the low, because that could be a trade. So we had the low back here from, what was that, the 30th? Yeah, the 30th. And as we took that low again, and we failed to close the candle below it, we had bullish divergences on the 6 hour, on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, on the 12 minute. Pretty much had the bull divs all the way across the gamut here. The gamut, you like that word gamut? As a baby boomer, that's one of my favorite words. All across the gamut. To be frank with you, we had it all across the gamut. Get rid of the plunger, it makes me look stupid. Man, if I had $1 for every time I heard that, I might finally be able to retire this YouTube game and start trading full time. No anxiety with stop losses. That's for sure, Keith M. Jeffs. That is for sure. Yeah, CDW, chickens drinking water pattern. Shout out to Nirvana Republic. Let's check out Cardano. So, you know, Cardano, very interesting because just like all these other coins, we came down to support with this very strange looking low on December 20th. Very strange looking low, I gotta be honest. But then actually the market structure maintains bullish, right? Market structure continuing bullishness here. So it is very interesting. Let's go ahead and pull a local fib. Let's pull the local volume here. Oh, nice. So, you know, we held value area low perfectly. And from low to high, we bounced from golden pocket value area low perfectly. Would you look at that? So here's the deal. Right now, the daily is about to print a green dot right on the zero line. This could be bullish. This could be bullish. For me personally, I don't have a trade right now simply because, you know, the 4 hours topping out and stuff. I would honestly want to wait and see if we can get a local entry here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this volume. Let's pull it from here. Let's just look at this here. Yeah, I mean, look, I can't say that I wouldn't want to long here. I would want to wait for a pullback into this zone. And then I'd say that would be a nice entry for me. I would love something like that, like a little bit more of a pullback, just to back test this breakout. Because that would give us an actual like entry point like this. Right now, if we were to get in here, like stop below this low, you could do it, but we have to acknowledge resistance is here. It's not a good risk to reward. If we wait for a pullback, not saying we're going to get the pullback, gotta understand me here. But if we do wait for the pullback, then that gives us about a 3-to-1, depending on, you know, where we bounce from. Let's say about a 3-to-1, right? It's a much nicer entry, and then we could hit a take profit one, and then maybe let the rest ride. Because look, it's a very awkward time for entering into swing trades here. We need to be looking more for local setups because we're in the middle of the range, right? We're literally in the middle. So we need to be, if we're trading in the middle of the range, we need some kind of clearly defined entry, stop loss, and target that allows us to trade with good risk management And we can still assume that potentially this could turn into a big swing trade. But, you know, for my own trading style, I would prefer to have a more precise entry and wait for a better setup than just getting in now. But yeah, it does look nice, the fact that we formed a bottom here, and then we made a higher low, a higher high, a higher low into key support, right? So that's where I would look for my next long on Cardano. But ideally, just like ETH, man, I would love to break down a little bit more and come to the major zone of support. It doesn't mean we're going to come down here, but I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, you know, we front ran this golden pocket, value area high, 786 zone. Let's assume that we get like a fake out this coming week. All right, because remember, we were looking at Bitcoin, talking about the head and shoulder potential breakdown to get a fake out, where people get really bearish, but then we kind of bounce before the targets that people are looking for. If that happens with Bitcoin, we could see the same thing happen with alts like ETH and Cardano, where we just get like a fake out and then we get the move, right? Like these are the early longs, we just break down, and then we get the actual bounce from the major support. That's what I would prefer. But, you know, I can't know for certain. Can we see the gold chart? Yeah, let's take a look at gold real quick. So gold is holding our support level here. All right, this is our support for gold, holding pretty nicely. You know, I don't know really what else to say about gold. I mean, we're at all-time highs, basically. I consider these all-time highs. We are forming a range here, and the weekly on gold looks pretty dang bullish, man. It looks like we've confirmed it. It looks like we're going to open up with a confirmed green dot on the weekly here for gold with money flow thickening. This actually could be the beginning of another push to the upside, having held this support. Let's go to the 3-day. 3-day looks pretty nice. Hidden bullish divergence as money flow gets thicker as we bounce from key support. Gold actually looks pretty bullish, man. Gold actually looks pretty bullish on these higher time frames. 12-hour, we got the purple money flow into support. Now it's curving back into the blue. Looks like we formed a pretty nice bottom here on gold. You know, just gonna throw it out there. Just gonna throw it out there. Man, Bitcoin, what a weird weekend, man. Bitcoin is stuck. Bitcoin is stuck. You know. Shout out to Bernie. Shout out to Jesse Gellick. Shout out to Bernie. He got liquidated on a USDC, USDT long on ByBit using 125x leverage. 10K gone just like that. Lots of warning signs. It's crazy. Is it sure the feds will sell the 6.5 billion Bitcoins? No, it's not sure. It's not sure. But here's the thing. Honestly, shout out to Tony Punch Aether Media 22. God bless you, my man. Look, even if they do sell it, that's bullish, man. I'll be honest. I look at that as being bullish. All right, anything bearish that happens in a bull market is bullish. So anything bearish that happens in a bear market is bullish. I'm sorry, anything bearish that happens in a bull market is bullish. And anything bullish that happens in a bear market is bearish. All right. So, should you buy gold? Well, here's the thing. I always buy gold. I've been buying gold forever since I had money to buy gold. I think everyone should always buy gold and diversify. People have different opinions on gold. People have different opinions on Bitcoin. When you're purchasing these types of assets, there's two different ways to look at it. You could buy paper gold, right? Like gold contracts. But that's not real gold. That's we don't even know if that's backed by anything, right? It's always good to have the actual physical metal, gold, because gold is the only asset, one of the few assets that has historically preserved its purchasing power. No matter what happens, gold preserves its purchasing power. An ounce of gold in 2025 has just as much purchasing power as an ounce of gold had in 1905. I mean, it hasn't decreased its purchasing power. But when we look at gold on a chart since 1905, and we compare it to the dollar, see, where was 1905? Way back here. All right, when we look at gold has against the dollar, gold has gone up 13,000%, which basically means essentially that's how much the dollar has lost its purchasing power in 100 years. But gold has maintained its purchasing power, right? What $20 of gold in 1905 could have got you, or 1925 or whatever, doesn't really matter. Could have bought you the same amount of stuff an ounce of gold can now. The only difference is that ounce of gold now is worth $2,600 instead of $20. So it's always a good idea to buy gold. In general, as long as we're on fiat currency, the price of gold is going to go up. But, you know, when we're here in the trenches, like from 2020 until 2024, let's say you bought gold in 2020, right? You might feel bad about your purchase because now you're down 19-20%, right? But you have to be in gold for the long term. You're buying it right now at an all-time high. So if your goal is to make more dollars, you know, what's your goal with the gold? If it's to make more dollars, yeah, it's probably going to work out for you. If it's to preserve purchasing power, it's definitely going to work out for you. Because mathematically speaking, the dollar is doomed. It cannot continue. You just can't continue to increase the supply of a currency that's backed by nothing and expect that it's going to last, right? So it's always a good idea to buy gold, in my opinion. Bitcoin, very similar to gold in the sense that, you know, as far as you can go digitally, Bitcoin's the closest thing you can get to gold digitally because there's a fixed supply. It takes proof of work to mine the Bitcoin. It's different, obviously, than mining gold. You can't fake it. You can't devalue Bitcoin. But yeah, gold, that's the way to go. And of course, the other things that are worth buying is land. I mean, land, when you get down to it, land is true wealth, in my opinion. True wealth is land. When it comes to temporal things, true wealth is land because everything that people work for, why do people work, period? So that they can have a place to live and food and water. Well, if you have land, you can build a place to live. If your land has trees, you have natural resources. You dig a hole and now you have water. And this land can grow food and support animals. And land is true wealth. It can provide, as long as the Lord blesses it, everything you need for your life. Right? You wouldn't need to have a job to buy groceries and pay your rent if you had a giant piece of land that provided you food and water and had your own shelter on it, right? So you got to ask yourself why you're getting into these things in the first place. I don't recommend buying gold to get more dollars. A lot of people don't recommend buying Bitcoin to get more dollars. I fall into the camp of buying Bitcoin to get more dollars. Okay, that's what I do with Bitcoin. But I have Bitcoin I will never sell. I have Bitcoin I will never sell. So I'm 60% out of the Bitcoin that I planned on selling when I bought it specifically for selling back in 2022. But I have Bitcoin that I will never sell no matter what. But yeah. Sorry, we went off on a little tangent there, man. On a little tangente. Shout out to Noose Sasha, who says, can you advise about Bio Protocol? Sure. Check out Bio Protocol. Hang on. Can I advise? I don't know what to say. Do you have any reason to be bullish on this fundamentally? If you do, I mean, I don't know what it was like before it was listed on MEXC. Oh my goodness. This is Binance, listed on Binance. For 1 hour, it pumped up 5,000%. Oh my goodness. Oh. Do you have any reason to be bullish on this fundamentally? I can't give you any technical analysis on this, all right? It listed on Christmas and now it's down 60%. So look, I don't know. I don't know. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Shout out to Pedro. JC, my man. Could you TA Hive? Yeah, let's take a look at Hive. Thank you so much for the super chat. So here's what I would say about Hive. We've got a big pump, and I still would say that, you know, right now major support is going to be the green box. If we got to move down to the green box, that would be really nice. Our fib targets here, the 1-to-1 extension, it's going to be around $3.50. The 1.618 is going to be like $5.75. Things look really nice in a sense that, let's go to the weekly. We formed a very nice bottom here on the weekly, I'd say, and bullish divergences here. As far as the candle closes go, momentum getting higher, a change in market structure, a nice breakout. So yeah, I'd say anything like in this whole zone is a nice place to buy a dip, with our targets being a new all-time high. And some FIP targets include, you know, the $4.50 zone, the $5.60 zone, potentially up to the $7 area at the 2-to-1 fib extension. It looks nice. I like the way it looks here. We've got ourselves the money flow divergent. We got local divergence. I currently don't have Hive. Shout out to Arter. He says SUI seems to be holding up. Can you check? Yeah, we could check SUI. Yes, it does seem to be holding up. You're right. So, you know, look, there's only two options. There's three options here for SUI. Option number one, you assume this flag breaks out. You accumulate in the flag. All right. And I'm not going to lie, it is a bullish trend. It is a bullish trend. Option number two, we wreck everybody in the flag. All right. This is ideal, because then it gives us a clearly defined entry, clearly defined stop loss. Option number three, you wait for a breakout and a close above the flag. All right. Those are literally the only three options you have, and you got to decide how you want to trade that. The way I like to trade, I love to wait for everybody to be wrecked. That's just how I like to do it. Now, do I miss a lot of trades because of that? Yes, because a lot of times in bull markets, we break up out of the wedge. So if you're more of a risky guy or gal, you know, you could wait for the breakout, a confirmed breakout, close above the trend line, and then like go for it. You could accumulate within the flag, or in my style, wait until everybody's wrecked, look for your long around the support, and then pump. But yeah, it is holding up. As we grind up here, we are forming multiple drive of bearish divergence, right? So we are forming multiple drive of bear div here. So you got to be real cautious with stuff like that, in my opinion. How much money did I start with my first year of trading? Monty Hall. Well, here's the thing, you know, I started with a lot of capital trading, because when I got into Bitcoin, I put Bitcoin was $600. I put like $45,000 into Bitcoin. All right. So I had quite a bit of Bitcoin when I started trading, but I lost a lot of money my first year trading, tens of thousands of dollars, almost six figures, basically, upper five figures of losses my first year of trading. It was a horrible experience. All right. In fact, I have a video about it. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it actually. It's weird. YouTube's weird. You make videos and they get lost in the time, and you'll never find them again. Isn't that weird? It's weird how that works. Yeah, I'll never find it, guys. But I did make a video about it a long time ago. Probably in the beginning of 2023. Maybe the beginning of 2023. Alright, major shout out to our super chats. Surdon Official says, "Hey Jason, do you know anything about WXT?" No, but we could take a look. We could take a look at WXT. Ooh, wow. I mean, I don't know anything about WXT, my man, but thank you for the super chat. But we're up 100% on the day. What can I even say about WXT besides be very cautious with this? You know, 100% on the day, man. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, just be real cautious with it, alright? Looks like a rug, pump and dump type thing. I mean, 100% on the hour. 100% on 15 minutes. Alright, 100% in literally in a 12-minute time span. It pumped 100%. I'll be very cautious with this. I don't know anything about it. But, you know, I would say... Man, let's put on our 786-886 fibs. If I had to look for a long on this guy, I would want to see it come back to our resistance, support resistance flip. Alright. This was our resistance. December, and then January, it's the 786 to 886. You know, let them rug pull, let them do what they got to do, and then maybe it gets a little bit of a thing and comes back down or whatever. You know, yeah, I mean, honestly, this probably would be... And I don't know anything about it, but if I had to pick a trade for this, I would say, you know, something like this. This is crazy. I mean, this is really crazy, you know. Thank you for the super chat. Be careful with that. All right, shout out to Sean Corville. Can you look at CRV Dow? Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. All right, so we have broken out of this, and we are forming a flag. Now, for me, like I like to trade, for me, the ideal long would be come down to our zone between the 786 and the 886. All right, that's ideal for me. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I would love to see that. Okay, other places to look for a long, the Fibonacci golden pocket. So that's a pretty deep retrace, 55% right now. Let's take a look at the I want to just see if we have any volume confluences here. Let's look at the volume of the rise. So we do have a low volume node like at the golden pocket. So obviously the best place to look for a trade is that deeper retrace, but if we're gonna zoom in here, let's go to the 1 hour. All right, and we're just gonna look at this as what it is, a triangle. Ideally, for a good long, you would want to take out these lows, right? Got to fake out of the triangle into the golden pocket, and then that would be my first place to look for a long there. The second place would be coming down to that 786, 886 from the low to the high. This would be ideal for me. Another thing to think, if this does happen, is, you know, that's just more of a nice looking bull flag, right? And less of a triangle, more of a nice looking bull flag. So this is the low volume node of the rise, right? We have a high volume node right here at 50 cents. So we're talking like 61, 62, right in there, low volume node. Evelyn says sell, 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 take profit. Yeah, that's a really good point, guys. If you're not taking profits in the bull market, you know, you're going to be holding into the bear. You know, I'm a big proponent of selling in the bull market, buying in the bear market. Trading on Sunday. Yeah, be careful trading on weekends, guys. Shout out to Liberty Bell Rare Coins. Can we look at SEI? Was that the Weeks token? Is that what just pumped like that? I trade on Weeks, but I don't pay attention to the token that it has. Alright, so SEI, guys. A few things. You know, like we've been saying for a while, if we get a break and a retest, that is a valid long trade. But it looks like we're getting the rejection, so we're going to go ahead and pull our fib from low to high. And we're going to go ahead and pull the volume. Yeah, so the best place to look for a bounce is going to be between the 786 and the 886, coming down to the value area low of the range, right? The best confluence at the value area low of the range. That'd be the next place I would be interested in. If that is the Weeks exchange token, that's really actually pretty shady. I'm going to talk to my rep about that. Is that really the Weeks token? Nah. Oh, wow. That's the Weeks token. That's crazy. I'm going to reach out to them about this because that is shady, man. What the heck? That is super shady. Shout out to Jesse Gellick, AIXBT by Virtuals. Alright, so I would say we have a really nice confluence of this bounce right here. At around 40 cents. We have two trend lines that hit perfectly. Local golden pocket. Other than that, we don't have much data here. And I'm not liking the way the 12-hour, the 8-hour, the 6-hour, the 4-hour are looking here. Just not liking that at all. But yeah, we're at key support, so I don't really know what to say besides if the low is in and if this breakout is real, this support must hold. And if not, then the only thing else we can do is that's very important support where we're at right now. You know, if we lose it, we could come down to the high volume node at 19 cents. That's pretty important support right now. Do I ever look at Ripple? Bladesmith? Yeah, I look at Ripple. I look at Ripple. I like that you call it Ripple. I also call it Ripple. I'm not really a big fan of it, but people who hold it, you know, it's probably going to pump. Bitcoin's losing the trend line. What time frame are we on here? Oh. Yeah, Bitcoin is losing the trend line, guys. So be cautious. Be cautious. Any thoughts of Bitcoin forming a bearish pennant at this moment from 102? Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on it, man. I've got a lot of thoughts. So basically, like, just go back and watch the beginning of my stream where I lay it all on the line with Bitcoin, man. I lay it all on the line. But all right, guys, I'm going to head out, man. I hope everyone has a great Sunday. May the Lord bless everybody in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell. And Lord willing, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace, guys.